some of this stuff you just can't make up. Like, that's the only way to explain it. Some of it you just cannot make up. I mean, golly. Uh, Woke up this morning, did the thing, right? Did all the thing, came down, got set up, found the perfect spot, did all the stuff, and my microphones, which is what gives us great sound, they won't work. Like, they're charged, they're on, they're working, they're plugged in. They were working for a second, but they won't work. And I'm in this massive place. This place has got to be, I mean, let's just look it up, how big this place is. Let's just look it up. How big is the Gaylord Denver? I mean, you just can't make it up. So this place is 85 acres. And it's 85 acres. It's a massive facility. And I found this quiet corner. And seriously, no joke, I've got this incredible mic that only picks up, what's coming straight at it when it works. And out of all the places in this entire place, the dude is like mopping the floor in circles, literally in circles, right here, like 10 feet, 12 feet, 14 feet away. He's on a little standing machine that is super, super loud, and he's just going around in circles right here in this one spot, over and over and over and over and over again, literally the same exact spot. And normally that would not be an issue. And he sees me, but he keeps coming back around. But anyways, normally that would not be an issue because we would have directional mics, but the mic is not working. And then I've got these headphones, which are also mics, but it won't pull those up either. So I'm telling you, you cannot make this stuff up, man. You cannot make this stuff up. And sometimes it can be a little more frustrating than other times because you go through everything for things to be perfect, and when I break down everything that I've had to go through in order to be here live with you this morning, you'll have a better understanding. But my goodness, dude, it is unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. So got up this morning. I am on a different time zone. And of course, Facebook. Last week we ran a bunch of, I mean, I just cannot believe out of the 85 acres and that this guy sees this and this is what he's doing. I just cannot believe it. I seriously cannot believe it. So last week we ran a bunch of interviews. Last week was Sabbath week. We ran a bunch of interviews. Hopefully you enjoyed those interviews from the past. Hopefully you enjoyed those. Hopefully you found a ton of value in those. And I had the week off, Sabbath week, as we call it. And so that does some weird things to our algorithms. No, I'm not using the Zoom P4. I'm using the wireless RX DJIs that I updated to after I had the Zoom P4. That's what I'm using. These wireless microphones that work great every single time I've ever been able to use them. Can I show you the spinning floor guy? Yeah, I sure can. Because he's just spinning around in circles. So I can show you the spinning floor guy. Look, he's right there. That's him right there. See him? That's the spinning floor guy. So, and he looks over here every time as he goes by, but he just keeps going by over and over and over and over. So, there he is. So, anyways, Facebook, we ran the interviews. Last week was Sabbath week, so on and so forth. And so now you've got to do me a favor, tag your friends, let everybody know we're back live. If there's anybody who was like, I only do Glenn live, I only like it when he's live, all of those things. Come back because I'm live, that's for sure, in an 85-acre place. And this guy's spinning around in circles, cleaning the floor, and I can't get my mics to work. Yes! And it's 3:30 in the morning. Did I mention that? Okay, here we go. When I opened my planner this morning, check it out. When I opened my planner this morning, the quote that's in the planner, which every day in our Morning 5 planner, there's a quote at the top submitted by actual members of this community. And the quote in the planner said, "If I don't push you, I cheat you. If I don't push you, I cheat you." And when I read that quote this morning, it was submitted by Nathan Dworick. And when I read that quote this morning, "If I don't push you, I cheat you," I swear it was the craziest thing. It was like I didn't hear it in my normal voice that I would hear it when I read a quote. Instead, I heard it in like God's voice. You know what I mean? He was like, "If I don't push you, I cheat you," right? And that sounds kind of like scary, not scary voice, but like booming, right? If I don't push you, I cheat you. It's kind of how I heard it. I don't know how you heard it when you read it this morning, or if you read it this morning, but I gotta say, it definitely is applying already. First thing this morning, I'm definitely being pushed. I am definitely being pushed. If I don't push you, I cheat you. We're going to talk about exactly what that looks like. Let's go ahead and get started the right way. Can we do that? Can we do that? Can we get started the right way? Let's do it.
Good morning and welcome to the #1 morning show in America. I am your host, Glenn Lundy, husband to 1, father to 9, author, speaker, and the founder of 800%.life. It's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind.
Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Monday. That's right, today is Monday, June 22nd, 2026. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Monday, June 22nd, 2026. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most, of this absolutely incredible, incredible day. I'm coming to you live from Denver, Colorado. That's right, Denver, Colorado, where it is 3:40 a.m. here in the Mile High City. You know Denver, Colorado. It is the home of the Colorado Rockies. It is the home of the boo Denver Broncos. That's right, they get a big fat boo from me. It's home of the Denver Broncos. And it is also home of this amazing, incredible, beautiful, massive resort that I took 20 minutes finding the exact perfect corner to have a backdrop, have good lighting, so we could have an intimate conversation this morning, peaceful and quiet. And it is also the place where my friend has decided to mop the floor with a robot mopper in circles right around so that we all can experience that together. It is also the home of NIADA. Now, I am in the auto industry. If you don't know who I am, my name is Glenn. I am a husband to 1. I am a father to 9. And I've been in the auto industry since 1999. That's right, 27 years. And in the auto industry, we have lots of acronyms that we use for all kinds of things. There's NADA, which is the National Automobile Dealer Association. And then there's NIADA, which is the National Independent Automobile Dealer Association. Now, you might be asking yourselves, what's the difference between an independent dealer and a non-independent dealer? And a non-independent dealer is what's called a franchise dealer. So a franchise dealer would have a Ford sign in front of their store. They might have a Toyota sign in front of their store. They might have a Hyundai sign in front of their store. They might have a Honda sign in front of their store. They might have a Chevrolet sign in front of their store. They might have a GMC. They might have a Buick. They might have a Ferrari. They might have a Rolls Royce. They might have a McLaren. Those are all franchise dealerships. An independent dealership would not have any of those signs on their door. An independent dealership would be like John's Used Cars. That would be an independent dealership. Or Jerry Hunt Supercenter. That would be, Facebook's doing crazy stuff. Don't worry about that. Jerry Hunt Supercenter, that would be an independent store. So you have franchise stores, you have independent stores. NADA, National Automobile Dealer Association, is an event for franchise dealers, primarily beneficial to independent as well. And then you have NIADA, which is National Independent Automobile Dealer Association, which is primarily focused to your independent dealers, but has some value for franchise dealers as well. But let one of the dealers that's here tell you about it.
Hello everybody, I'm Nick, car dealer from Utah, and I want to tell you about the upcoming convention coming in June, the 21st through the 24th. Huge announcement. It's someplace other than Vegas this year. It's in beautiful Denver at an exciting resort called the Gaylord Rockies. I'll tell you, that convention is just where you go if you're a used car dealer. You get to meet up with all of your vendors. You get incredibly cool nuggets from fellow dealers. There's tons of dealer panels, and for me personally, hearing from people that are actually boots on the ground and getting advice from them is just huge for me. I bring my whole crew out to meet up with the vendors and everything. It's such an awesome way for all of us used car dealers to get together in one killer forum. I encourage you to come.
So super cool. So that is where I am, National Independent Automobile Dealer Association event. It actually started yesterday. I just got in last night though. Yesterday was, well, hold on. Let's make sure everybody understands. This event is like the single largest independent dealer event in the world, or at least in the United States of America. Like, this is a big event. We're talking about like 1,800 independent dealers or so that will be here at this particular event. It's massive, right? It's a big event. It's filled with opportunity. There's opportunity everywhere. There's networking opportunities everywhere. And I have no idea what's around the corner, like literally none at all. I don't know what is around the corner for me with this particular event. I have no clue. And yet, Yesterday was Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers in the building. Yesterday was Father's Day, and over the weekend I got to invest some time with the family. We had church yesterday. We went to a wonderful lunch yesterday. My daughter Caroline decided she wanted to wear her cape and her crown all day yesterday, which was pretty. And my son, Hutch Rader, made an absolute mess. We went to lunch at Buffalo Wild Wings. And this kid, if you're watching the video, look at the picture of this kid. That greasy, slimy stuff that you see all over him, that is cheese from his macaroni and cheese. This boy was shoving macaroni and cheese in his mouth. He was rubbing it all over his face. I mean, this boy is something else. He's unlike any of the kids that we've had. He's just, I mean, he's the sweetest thing. He's the quietest thing. He's the loudest thing. He's the craziest thing. The boy literally likes to eat rocks. Like, I'm not kidding. He loves to eat rocks. He'll find rocks. He puts them in his mouth. You would think, let him try it a couple times and he'll realize rocks aren't food. No, this dude's a rock eater. He's a bruiser. He likes to eat rocks. So, lunch with the fam for Father's Day. Then I mowed the back behind the pond, made sure the back behind the pond was mowed, made sure that was caught up. And then from there, I caught a plane to Dallas. In Dallas, I had a layover. Then I caught a plane to Denver, We got stuck in the air in Denver because there was a big storm out here and the runways were all kind of messed up. So we got stuck in the air for an extra hour and a half. Then we landed, whatever time that was, late, 11 something, landed, got the rental car, got the hotel, got checked in, got to my room at midnight last night, and then got up at 2:15 a.m. That's when I woke up, did my gratitude, did my goals, and wrote today's episode of hashtag Rise and Grind, which, by the way, in case you didn't know, it's a show that I got up at 2:15 a.m. to do that I don't get paid for. Just in case you were curious. Nobody's paying me to do this show, in case you were ever wondering about that. No one's holding me accountable to do the show. No one's telling me I have to do this show. And definitely no one's going to stop mopping the floor so that I can do this show. So 2 hours of sleep, lots of travel. Missed half the day with my fam on Father's Day so that I could gallivant around this place and find a wonderful, wonderful place so that you and I could have a conversation this morning. So it's like, why me, right? Why me? Like, why am I the 2:30 a.m. guy? Why is that me? And here's the crazy part. Here's the crazy, what I just told you is probably sounds a little crazy, but here's the craziest part. I don't have to be here, bro. Like, I'm not speaking at this event. I have no meetings planned at this event. I do not have to be here at all. Would you? Would you be here? Would you leave your family, sacrifice the sleep, travel across the country, possibly for nothing? Like, would you do that? Because if you wouldn't, then why me? Well, we're going to talk about that here this morning. Before we do, though, you know what we got to do on this. That's right, we got to do some dancing. Let's go. Let's go. For those of you that know, and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right, I need you to hit that share button. Because I believe that if we can help people change the way they start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you, yes, you, to hit that share button. This is also the part of the show where I want you to say good morning to me, and I'm going to say good morning to you. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, say what's up, and I'll say what's up back. Is that fair? Paul Brindley, good morning. Thank you for being here. Sonia Merritt, thank you for being here this morning. Again, I apologize for the sound. My mics are not working for some weird reason. Mics aren't working, and but they're making a weird noise. That's weird. Anyways, mics aren't working. My apologies. Sonia Merritt, good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Russell Hill is in the building. Mike Larkin is in the building. Luis Grafton Nonis, thank you for being here this morning. Robert Pollard, good morning to you, sir. Great to see you. Scott Simons, good morning, Scott Simons. Thanks for being here. Scott Flansburgh, the human calculator, is in the building. What's up, Scott? Great to see you. Gene Hughes is in the building. Paulina Jacoby. Hello, Paulina Jacoby. Thank you for being here. Tiffany Ann is in the building. Thanks for being here, Tiffany. Christina Howard. Jeremy Nolling. Spencer Nicholson. What's up, Spencer? Justin Collins. Good morning, my brother. Great to see you. Praying for you and the fam. Love you so much. Robin Wilshans is in the building. Oswald Joseph Bien Ame is in the building. Thanks for being here. Jody Tibbs is up in here as well. You guys, thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate you. Kurt Allen McFarland is in the building. Listen, thank you for being here. Greatly appreciate you. Got an awesome show for you today. Let's dive in.
I want you to ponder these 4 questions. Here's the first one, and that's why. Why pay the price Why work this hard? Why go this far? Why try to learn this much? Why develop yourself to the full? Why try to become all that you can possibly become? That's a good question, why? And you're the only one personally that can answer that question for yourself. You've got to have your own list of whys. Here's what I want you to do when you go home after you've left this extravaganza. Work on your list of whys. One of the big thrusts for success is to come up with a strong enough why. In leadership training, here's what we learn. If the why is powerful, the how is easy. Now, here's number 2. The first question to ponder when you go home is why. Here's another good answer to why. It's the second question. Why not? Why not see how much you can earn? Why not see how much you can learn? Why not see how many skills you can develop? Why not see what kind of person you can become? Why not see what kind of influence you can have? Why not see how many people you can rescue from oblivion? I want you to take that personal. Why not? Why not? Now here's number 3. Why not you? I wish I could say that to each of you individually, but it would take a couple of lifetimes to sit down and talk with each of you individually. But I want you to take it personal. And my personal question to you is, why not you? You've got the brains. You can make decisions. You can study the plan. You can change your life. You can grow immensely in the next few years. You can make your dreams come true. You can build a financial wall around your family nothing can get through. You can become healthy. You can become powerful. Why not you? And I'm here to say that I'm ready to pledge my support to make your personal dreams come true. I ask the question, why not you? But I'm not going to ask it and just walk away. I'm going to ask it and walk with you. And now here's my last question. My very last question on the questions to ponder is, why not now? There never was a better time. Take this dream and not let it die. Take this dream and give it life. Take this dream and breathe into it your own personal spirit until finally it becomes a flame that burns around the whole world. Let's go do it now.
So the first week of June, I went to Minnesota for a few days, followed by New York. In New York, I went to a high rocks competition. High rocks competition kicked my rear end.
You're a champion, Glenn. You're a champion, buddy.
Really did.
You're a fucking champion, Glenn.
Then from New York, I went to Boca Raton, Florida. And I shared many of these stories 2 weeks ago when I was back before my break last week. I shared a bunch of the stories and the takeaways from that particular trip. I'm not sure if I specifically shared that 2 legs of that trip were planned, one was not. You see, I planned to go to Minnesota. I planned to go to New York. I planned it for a year for that event. But the Boca Raton part, that was not planned. You see, in Boca Raton, I knew that there was going to be certain people were going to be there. I knew that Kyle Coleman of Coleman Automotive Group, Scott Simons, Simons Enterprises, and a guy named Yossi Levi from CDG, Car Dealership Guy Media. I knew that the 3 of them were going to be having an interview in Boca Raton. I knew that. I also knew that my buddy Rob Ruth lived in Boca Raton. He's also a car dealer out of Pennsylvania. Now, you have to understand, I had been up to that point in some discussions with Yossi Levi at Car Dealership Guy on different ways that I could support what they're doing and they could maybe support what I'm doing. We had been having some discussions, but no real progress the way that I necessarily would want there to be progress. The same could be said about Kyle Coleman. Kyle Coleman has hired us to be in 2 of his dealerships, but he has 7 dealerships. I'd much rather be in all 7 than be in 2. I also knew that there was another level of my relationship that could possibly be created or developed with Rob Ruth. And then there's Scott Simons, who just bought a brand new dealership and might need some help as well. Now listen, I knew they were going to be in Boca Raton, but I had no appointment. I had no meeting. I just knew that somehow I needed to get in that room. That's all I knew. So instead of going home after getting my rear end freaking kicked in a High Rocks event that had me freaking so exhausted, so sore, all of those things. Instead of going home to my family that I hadn't seen in 8 days, instead of going back to where I could sleep in my bed and be in my environment, instead, I flew to Boca Raton, booked a hotel, booked the flight, and I made my way down there. Now, as I made my way down there, I reached out to all of these people and I choreographed a dinner for the first night that I was down there. And so we had the dinner, which was great. Rob was there, and Scott was there, and Kyle was there. Scott had brought his daughter Morgan. And so we had a nice dinner, which was great. They joined me for dinner. I got to see all these guys, which was awesome. Then I also sent a message to Yossi Levi and said, hey, I'm going to be in Boca for a few days. I'm having dinner with these guys. If you happen to have any availability, I'd love to sit down with you. Well, Yossi messaged back and said, actually, Glenn, I've got some availability to have lunch. And so we sat down and we had lunch. And it was a powerful lunch. And then, after the interview, I talked to Kyle and said, hey, Kyle, is there any way you and I could sit down? And we sat down and had a conversation and ended up talking for 5 hours. 5 hours. Now, fast forward, it's been 2 weeks since Boca Raton. On Friday of last week, we picked up the rest of the Coleman Automotive Group stores. So instead of having just 2 of their stores, we now have 7 of their stores, and we'll continue to partner with them and get more stores moving forward. My conversations with Yossi have been incredibly fruitful, and I believe there's going to be opportunities for him to serve and elevate 800% and me to serve and elevate CDG. One of my employees, her name is Hannah. She's an incredible wizard when it comes to accounting and being a controller in a car dealership environment. Well, Scott ended up having a need where he needs somebody like that in his store temporarily to train some of his other people. And so he was able to hire Hannah through my business for Hannah to be able to come out and help in his store. She's actually flying out there right now. And this makes a big impact on her. It makes a big impact on her ability to grow, to learn more things. It expands her capacity. And then obviously it helps Scott. Obviously it helps my brand because we were able to be a solution. And my relationship with Rob Ruth was taken to the next level. So listen, I'm 48 years old. I'm 48 years old. I have a beautiful, beautiful home. I have a beautiful wife. I have amazing kids. And sometimes I'll ask that question. I'll say, why me? Why Glenn? What did I do? Why do I get this amazing, incredible life? Why do these things just happen, tend to work out for me? Why me? And as I was writing this show this morning, I thought about that. And I thought, well, you know why me? Because I do things that other people won't freaking do. That's why me. I do the stuff that no one else will do. That's why. That's why me. I jump on the plane. I go to Florida. I travel across the country. I will run today off of 2 hours and 15 minutes of sleep, and I will run with more freaking energy than 99% of the freaking population. I will smile big. You won't hear me outside of this show. You won't hear me complain one iota about my lack of sleep, about missing my family, about any of those things. Why me? Because I will do the things that other people won't freaking do. Now, I want you to ask yourself, why you? Why you? Why are you currently getting what you're getting? Because it is not an accident, my friend. Whatever it is you're getting right now is not an accident. If it's great and doors are opening for you, that's not an accident. If it's not great and doors are staying closed for you, it is not an accident. Why are you getting what you are getting? It's because you're doing what it is that you are doing. Listen, if you don't like what you're getting right now, then stop doing what you're doing. Simple as that. Book the flight. Lose the sleep. Make the ask. Plan the freaking dinner. Like, dude, you got to get out there and make ish happen. I cussed a bunch on this show like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, dude, that was a very out of character. So today, I'm not cussing on the show. I might be cussing in my head a little bit. But I'm not cussing on the show. Make it ish shiite happen. Why me? Why me? Well, because no one else can do it like me. That's why me. Why am I the 2:30 a.m. guy? Because I'm the only guy who can do it. That's why. Because see, I am a child of God, the God of the universe. Just like you are a child of God, the God of the universe. And that God made you and I to be the best versions of ourselves we could possibly be. Best versions of ourselves we could possibly be. Not average version, not a little bit above average, not a little bit below, but the absolute best versions of ourselves. Uniquely made. Uniquely made. No one else can do what you can do. No one else will do what only you can do. And please understand, you are getting what you are getting because you are doing what you are doing. Facts. So listen, my name's Glenn and I'm your friend and I absolutely stinking love you. And sometimes we all need just a little punch. A little punch in the gut, a little jab to the chin to remind us that it's not that person's fault. It's not that situation. It's not anything outside, bro. You are getting what you are getting because you are doing what you are doing. Fair? Fair. All right, I'll be back tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. I'm going to find a different corner of this 85-acre lot. I'm going to figure out what is going on with my road mics. I'm going to figure all that out. And I'm going to be back here again at 3:30 a.m. Denver time, 5:30 a.m. Eastern time, right here on hashtag Rise and Grind. Until then, which, dude, I'm so excited. I can get back to like real workouts today. I've recovered from my surgery. I feel about 90%. And so I'm excited. So I am going to jump on Clubhouse for just a few, get my workout in, and get this freaking amazing, incredible, spectacular day kicked off the right way. Thank you so much for joining me right here on hashtag Rise and Grind. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We'll do it all over again. Peace.
It's 5:30 a.m. and the world's awake. Glenn Lundy in the house, no time to break. Husband to one, father to nine. This is the anthem, this is the grind. That's all. Rise and grind every single day. 5:30 in the morning, Glenn's leading the way. Husband to one, father to nine. Hustle the show, man, it's time to shine. Rise and grind, keep the fire alive. Motivation daily, we all gon' thrive. From the stage to the mic, he's one of a kind. This is the anthem, rise and grind. Before the sunrise, he's sparking the flame. Millions inspired, remember the name, faith, family, future.